This is how I became someone I don't recognize anymore.
This isn't necessarily empty words.
You're 19 about a month and a half ago.
And I'm 21 now. 21 young man, not being prepared.
I want to see a lot of things I want to experience, but I feel like I'm stuck. Like I'm 22. What am I using my time for? Don't I have dreams too?
Oh, I've wasted my life.
I don't know when you're gonna look back on this video. But today is February 21st, 2024. Enough is enough.
I don't have anything right now. If you don't have anything going on for your life, stay on this plan. Stick to it. Because ultimately, at the end, you can have something to show for it.
I used to think the guys with the life I just wanted had more discipline, more willpower, and they were just grinding harder than me. But now that I'm on the other side, it had nothing to do with what I just mentioned. Not the discipline, not the grind, not the hustle, not the willpower. The guys that I used to admire, they make it all look effortless because they became the type of person for whom all the results in which they have were effortless. I know exactly what it feels like to be 22, alone in your room, feeling as if you have this whole world ahead of you. And so you tell yourself you're gonna go out this weekend to work on your social skill so that you don't feel as if you have to be alone the rest of your life. Because hey, maybe you feel as if you're, I don't know, socially retarded or just can't seem to open up yourself to people. Every single time you're around people, you gotta play this visage, a face, an image.
There's that fear of talking to people.
That gets you to beat yourself down every single day. You also look at your body and tell yourself, instead of looking like this your entire life,
Physique looks like this. No more snacking, no more donuts. By the way, I just had a donut.
you want to look like this. Finally, there's always that dream of freedom, right? That you've always had ever since you were a kid.
The dream of travel the world. The dream of being able to talk to anyone and just bring value to them without taking.
The chick beside you was looking at you. She was admiring.
Now mind you, Tangent, I used to do social anxiety exercises, bro, like giving free hugs and shit. Why are we spending so much time working on ourselves, working on social skill?
I'm tired. Getting my heart broken.
And body.
It's about time we cut down weight.
If it's not for freedom. Freedom in options, freedom in finance.
Today is my birthday. Not you, not bro. I just made.
Hey, Grant. Hey,
Look at my dashboard.
Freedom to do what the hell you want to do with your damn time. Problem is, you know this too. You know you won't. And I know too, bro, because I was that kid with so many lofty dreams and I had nothing to show for it. I'm also starting to understand what it feels like to be on the other side too. Older, but just still dreaming of what things could have been. But then when I'm older and not having the results I'd want, I'll probably sound like this. Too bad I'm busy now with family responsibility, getting by with life and letting time just pass by so I can convince myself that my dream life is coming soon, just not now. You know this very well too. Waiting just lets the exact same avoidance pattern grow stronger and more suffocating, to the point where the idea of, I'm just not cut out for it, I'm not good enough, it's not meant to be for me,
Again.
become your personality, the way you view the world and who you are as a person. Not just an idea in which you read about or watch about from a video. In both versions, past and future, I see myself saying shit like, I'll say hi to that girl walking down the street that smiles at me the next time.
And today I just couldn't say anything.
Just not now. I'll finally get my body together when things are less stressful. I tell myself tonight is finally the night that I'm gonna start. I'm gonna lock in. But then tomorrow comes and I'm here still overthinking.
I just need to make videos.
Still planning.
What do I do?
I'm sick of falling into these bad habits.
The biggest problem that you probably are aware of too, if you look hard enough, is that things never calm down. Tomorrow never arrives. The body won't fix itself. The anxiety, whatever it may be, career, socializing, or even saying the things which you want to say to the people that actually gives a crap about you, well, that anxiety will never lessen. You and I both know We're not dumb. We know exactly what to do. But we're like a deer in the headlights. We just stand still and don't do it. And nothing changes really. I've watched this happen to guys 10, 15 years older than me, whether they're working with me or directly in my circle or even my family members. It's one sentence: I'll wait. There exists a version 2 of you. However, he has everything which you have. He says the things that you want to say. He acts the way you want to act. He has the mindset, the confidence, and the body that you want.
However, I realized I would not believe that early on because
I was that 22-year-old gamer. Genuinely, I was good at it. So good that people knew my name, knew who I was online, better than the people that were around me in real life did. But the crazy thing is, I wasn't necessarily depressed at first. I mean, I've always been this kid who asks, what is there more to do with my life? I've always been an adventurous and curious type of kid growing up. I saw people living the life that I wanted, looking the way I wanted, feeling the way I wanted, and
I want to experience life and all that it has to offer.
I'm not gonna say that with any shame. I wanted the life in which these people have because I was so far from that life. So even though I knew what I wanted, I was just absent from my own life. I knew I wasn't ugly. I knew I wasn't stupid. I knew I wasn't incapable. But something kept holding me back.
Why is success now for me?
And at that time, I never tested out my potential because testing it meant there was a chance I'd end up a failure. What's the point of trying if I'll just come short anyways or disappoint not only myself, but people around me? And so if that do happen, I actually was as small as I felt, and probably I'm doomed to live a miserable life forever. That idea of being a failure, of success not being for me because I gave it my all.
Part of me is scared of the pain. Part of me knows that success is not an event, it's a process. And a part of me is scared of that process because it's not an easy process. I'm scared of the pain.
Because of that one fear, I built my entire life around never finding out what I was capable of. And the fear of being doomed, well, that fear became my life. And so I stayed in my room, watched other people live the life I said I wanted, escaped into video games.
20-something hours, no, probably more, probably 100 hours at least this week.
The hub,
I've been jerking off.
anime, and the excuse that
I lost sense of what I was doing.
everything what you say that limits who you can become. There's one thing in my life that's ruined everything that I want to represent or have. That's the idea that I was not good enough and that people would judge me if I just be myself. The thing is, I would just confess all the things in which I used to be insecure about. Number one, my background, my family. I don't come from a wealthy family. Like, they're immigrants from Vietnam. And then I was insecure about the way I look. As much as you think I'm good looking, I'm handsome, I'm a hunk, I realize I'm a short dude, bro. I was very insecure about that. When I walk around the street, I'm like, why can't I be like myself? Why can't I be me? I'm like, it's probably things like my height, my background. As a matter of fact, too, like for a very long time, I can't even pull my hair back like this because I was insecure with how big my forehead was. I was insecure with how big my nose looked. And all I've known my entire life up until that point was self-sabotaging. Well, what did I do? I lied to myself about watching self-improvement videos and how it counted as doing something with my life. It didn't.
Watching shit you don't even like. Procrastinating all your goals.
Newsflash, brother.
I've fell back to all my old habits. Playing video games, watching, staying up late, eating bad food, not going to the gym. From today on, I'm gonna work. Because working is everything. That's the only thing that can rescue me. Working time. Am I pissed off? Yes. Am I sad? Yes. Am I angry? Yes. But all these emotions, I can never forget them. If I forget them,
I would just waste my life away and end up a loser.
so I can't forget them. I cannot. That's why I can't stop. I know how it feels. There are literally guys every single night waiting for me to enter their lives. I want to show them that you don't need anything. You just need 1, determination, and 2, work ethics. 3, some form of creativity, to be willing to put in the time to do something different.
How do you actually become that person, that alter ego, that 2.0 you, that person, like the movie Fight Club says,
all the ways you wish you could be, that's me. I look like you want to look, I fuck like you want to fuck, I am smart, capable, and most importantly, I'm free in all the ways that you are not.
How do you go from grinding and forcing everything and never feeling anything different to being someone who makes it all looks easy and know whatever results that he has? Number 1, he deserves it. And number 2, of course, he has those results because he's him. That's what took me years to figure out, and that's what I built my whole transformational system around. And now I have more people around me that I know what to do with, more opportunities, and I'm the guy I used to think only existed in others people's lives. They can be him because, you know, they're special and I'm just lacking. No, I became everything that I said I would be.
Shit, bro. It's real. It's becoming real. Like I want to record this instance to be able to look back on it.
Well, you can see it, but
You watching this right now realize when I first started out, I sat there.
I'm doing something right now, but a part of me is scared and doubtful of the whole process.
Asking myself, is this life a fuel, freedom? If only you guys could see what I see. Of it feeling like a damn video game, being one adventure after another. Really doable for someone with my messed up background. Now, thankfully enough, I've documented my entire journey up until this point of going from bed rotting to a life of option. People actually want my help. I work with guys across the entire timeline, and I see myself in almost all of them, at least the one that I do decide to work with. I see myself alone in the dark, playing video games, just running away from my life. And Dwayne, introverted, gamer, never approach anyone because he's just so afraid. And he convinced himself that he was too far gone.
Like, let's make this year the best year ever.
10 weeks into being with me, he went from this to this. And guess what he said?
I was like, wow, damn, is this all beneath, like under my skin, under my fat? I didn't believe it, that I can do this.
A few months down the line, because now he got the limiting belief broken that he doesn't look good.
You know you look good?
Yes.
Do we say that with like full conviction? You know 100% you look good. You laugh? You know you look good, bro. Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
I know.
People tell you look good, yeah?
He's working on his social skill, the things in which terrified him early on.
You're putting a lot of pressure around exchanging Instagram numbers with all the people in which you have no problem talking to already. Are you social? Do you have problem to talk to people at the gym, just outside, making friends, guys, girls, like whoever?
Definitely not.
And before, when you thought that that was a thing where you can't even talk to these people because, hey, you're in their space, you're annoying them, you're being weird. How did you get out of that?
Yeah, either just start with a compliment or asking a random question, hey, what are you up to? You know?
Yeah, because you have no attachment to any outcome. You just want to make their day, yeah? Are you doing them a disfavor by saying, let's exchange contact? I really enjoy talking to you. It seems like we vibe really cool.
They get to know me.
You understand what I'm saying?
I fucking did it, man.
He's putting himself in scenarios in which he never thought he could. Going to events that supposedly, bro, was never for him. The best part about this entire process is that I never forced him to. He never had to do this. He always asked himself, what more can I do? Not just a body, not just a social life.
I was just stuck in the same loop, just like an NPC, just doing my job, going home, sleep. Eventually, it just made me so frustrated and that caused depression as well. How do I get out? I can say, if you do this, you're gonna be so proud of yourself that you can do it. You look the leanest ever, your mind is the clearest ever. This whole process is just keep breaking limited beliefs. That's the thing that changed the most, because now I'm not afraid to take action upon new things.
And I see what happens if the exact avoidance pattern just, go wild and you never treated. And guys like Jim.
You're 38. I'm talking to you as if you're my age, right? When you come to me, I don't want you to bullshit say things are okay. If you don't feel that sense of urgency, you're about to turn 40.
When he first joined me, he was working at a job he didn't like.
I'm currently working at a high school. I've been forcing myself to try to think about getting certified to be a actual teacher. But shit, I don't know if I really want that. If I do, it ain't long term, If I do, it's just gonna be, let me do it a couple years, get paid more than I do now, and then find out where it leads me to.
Nowhere near the career in which he thought he'd end up with. And he convinced himself that he even looked good, bro.
What led me up to here was also kind of like having this gut and my parents saying, man, you looking fat. I was like, what are you talking about? I work out, I'm active. Yeah. And then I looked into the mirror like, damn, can't really believe I look like this.
He had tried other coaches before me too.
While working with them, did you feel like you're becoming a different character, or are you just masking everything that you're feeling with basically buying new coaching programs and so on?
I wouldn't say I became someone new.
I don't know what your experience has been with other coaches. You've talked to me, right? This is how I talk.
Yeah.
I'm not going to butter shit up and say it's okay if it's really not. Like, I can't be the one persuading you to join. That's the thing. If you take...
No, I'm ready to commit.
You sure?
Yeah.
Are you fucking sure, bro?
I'm fucking sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe not at this fucking minute. Like,
do you remember our first call? Like,
oh.
Yeah. And then I was like, bro.
If you look at Jim, barely 12 weeks into working with me.
I never got to this point.
Okay. This is you addressing it back then with that fear. Would you say it was worth it? Would you say that you're getting an ROI and you're going to get even more with our time together?
Yeah, I'd say so. And I think it's like, to be honest, I barely scratch the surface too. And long-term goal is like, I want to look like a fucking warrior, ready to run, jump, go to combat, type of body.
No, that's fucking beautiful. Bro, I wish I could send this to your ass on the first day, bro. Dude, I think it was 6 weeks in. Because the last thing they saw from you is more so you saying you want to look like a Spartan. Like, this shit's not even over. Like, where can I end up? How do you feel?
I mean, I feel amazing. I want the next phase of like, okay, what's the progression?
Now, the difference between the first two examples is that one was a lot older, with a lot more years of evidence to back up why it's too late and why it can never change. But the thing is,
yo, Maddie, I'm out here on the side of the road, shirtless. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of out of breath. Not sure how I feel about it just yet. I know it's just the beginning. I can show you the pictures. I can show you who I was. I can show you what I believed and thought about myself. I could tell you my story from the beginning of hopelessness, of sitting at home, believing, wishing and wanting things to be better. And while I was fooling myself, working a job and then living at home and not choosing to do anything about it, but accept the reality of what is.
Can I really do this in like 3 months too, Jim? Like, I don't know, bro.
Look at the results. Look at this before and after picture of me. Like, look at my face. Look at my cheeks.
this was his transformation, okay? And then in his words,
the face, the belly, the chest, the vascularity, even the energy is different in the demeanor.
And the thing is, physicality wise, it just measure the person you become. Like, I have certain assumptions that I see when I look at you like this versus I have certain assumptions when I look at you like this.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like, yeah, I was like, I didn't look happy on the left.
Now, I would say though, the real shift actually happened outside of his body transformation. He started to fix a lot of problems in which he had been avoiding for a while now. Coming from the same background as me, it was the relationships around him, with his parents, how distant he had grown from them.
Say compare you to you 1.0 when you first joined. What would you say is like the biggest difference?
The biggest difference is the mind, just the belief. Willing to take the necessary steps to address the uncomfortable things that I had been neglecting the past for whatever, my whole life, past 10 to 15 years to be specific. So whether it's conversations, relationships,
And I also see the guys who are jaded towards everything, like me back then.
Like I said, I'm fat, I'm 5'6", there's no freaking way.
They're black-pilled and constantly battling this battle with their own mind. See, Marco, he's 23.
For years, I've been like dreaming of, oh man, if I can just be in shape, if I can ever be lean.
Convinced himself that his height had already decided the rest of his life for him. He's 5'6".
I'm 5'6", same height as Matt. Let's get that established.
So why even freaking bother trying?
It always felt like this was something out of reach. Like I was always trying to grab it.
He talked himself out of ever approaching, saying hi to anybody, working on himself fully.
When I went out last night, I did do more approaches. So, you know, didn't go anywhere. So I can't even get a fucking conversation going. God, this is fucking frustrating. And
he does all of these things, bro, and call it realism.
Because of my experiences, I'm pretty much like, okay, no, I'm not gonna fall for this bullshit anymore. I'm not gonna let you trick me. I'm not gonna let you fucking pull some bullshit on me. I'm just gonna assume the worst.
Instead of what it actually was. Fear that he was not good enough.
In 10 years, what story do you want to tell yourself?
I want to tell my story where, you know, despite everything, I pushed through it and actually achieved the life that I knew I could achieve, and I'm genuinely happy. That's what I want.
Now, his transformation, though, he was not doing anything when we first started together. He's working at a bank now.
Right now for work, I work at the bank.
He's lean, he's traveling, and he tells me,
I'm not in my head anymore. Like, I proved myself I can put in the work, I can change things, and it's no longer a matter of can I do it, it's how far can we go now.
he's not afraid
To take up space anymore.
my confidence.
My energy, everything is mine. This belongs to me. And basically from there, I can direct it however I want. Like I said, with girls now, and it's actually a fun thing to talk. You go in and then actually knowing that, yeah, no, I look good. No, I can talk to this chick. It's not bad at all. It's actually pretty fun. And you have good conversations, you have good experiences. It's like...
Right. 100%.
This is said by the same guy.
Okay, I'm not even trying to get anything. I'm literally like, I can't even get a conversation going. Like, God, this is fucking frustrating.
Here's what actually keeps me up at night about all of this. Dwayne, Jim, Marco, they aren't different problems or people to me. They're the same identity. At different points on a timeline I recognize because I happen to live on all ends of it. The kid hiding in his room, the grown man who just had more years to prove it to himself that running away from what he wanted was the right call, and the guy who decided his body had already sealed his faith before he ever gave it a chance. This is not a basic fitness program. I always say fitness is the quickest and simplest thing that I can help you with. However, the thing that I'll always spend a lot of my time on is changing how you feel about yourself even before the leanness starts to come in, because it's almost guaranteed, yeah? Because what I haven't said is that I had already made the physical transformation once when I was 18, 19, way before I even started the channel, bro. I mean, not to the level in which I happen to be at right now. However, I lost it all. Or rather, I let myself lose it all because the body didn't change how I felt underneath it. And so I asked, what's the point of going to the gym? What's the point of putting in so much time if I'm not going to feel differently? And it took me the next few years to actually figure out why I didn't feel different despite my body looking okay. It wasn't a body problem, a diet problem, a fitness problem. No, I changed how I looked like without ever deciding who the hell was I going to become underneath of everything. So the real problem for me was my identity, my avoidance pattern, my self-sabotaging tendencies, my ability to just lose clarity and not ask myself, has goals that I have ever since I was a kid changed? I don't think I'm necessarily lazy, bro. I was close to a 4.0 student before dropping out, and I had gotten my body to a state of it being okay once. And even now, I built an entire channel and business off that pure idea of being obsessed, but none of that actually touch the real thing. It was never just a body, just a dating life, just a freedom, just a flashy shit. People try to sell you over and over on and say that it'll change your world. What do you think? Despite living in a condo, I'm filming this in my bedroom. Why don't I show you or flex the life in which I have? Why don't I just take off my shirt? To actually change your life, it was never just one singular physical thing. It was the unseen patterns of avoidance that keeps you looping and yo-yoing every single time you make some progress. You know, the same pattern underneath all the efforts that keep preventing you from going from where you are to where you want to go in a straight line. What actually changed everything for me was deciding who I was before I touched a single meal plan, a single training split, a single date, a single video posted. And then, of course, following systems and principle to make sure I never forget who I am becoming. Because every single time I hit a new milestone or do something that I always wanted to do.
When I hit 10K subscribers, thought I'd be excited, but I was voided of all emotions.
The high lasts a few seconds and then I lose a bit of clarity. I have to remind myself just the same who am I becoming.
A part of me still cares about what other people think about me. A part of me still cares about the numbers. But I fail to, remind myself, or rather I don't remind myself enough, that it's all in the process. It's all in the minute, slow actions that I take each day that I've gone to the point where I am right now. I don't know when you're gonna watch this video, bro. You know where you wanna be. You know what you need to do. You just need to focus up.
And so I do end up getting closer to my 2.0 version, to the alter ego version who has experienced everything and can talk with a smile and relaxed. See, everything physical will only come after the decision to become somebody new, not before it. And I remember so vividly in my shower room, bro, telling myself I'm done running away from my life.
I don't want to be like this anymore. I'm sick of looking in the mirror and seeing somebody I don't like.
Because my goals never change, my pain will always be there. I said,
we need to do something. We need to do something different.
I know what it's like to work or try and quit every single time because you don't know if you can make it to your dream outcome. Because I happen to have the same level of doubt and fear.
It's funny, I still have self-doubt, by the way.
However, I'm on the other side now.
Fear of the unknown is always going to be there. The idea that you're not good enough is always going to be there. What are you going to do about it, though?
And I can't tell you, making it to the other side despite the fear, the doubt,
You're free in all the ways you used to not be.
it feels amazing. You don't have to perform confidence, you just have it. Like, check your post right now, bro. Just as your post is there, confidence is there for you too, and you don't have to work for it because you just are. Imagine being able to walk down the street and everyone, girls, kids, seeing you like a action figure, and even dudes, bro, they'll look at you and they're like, damn, how much work you gotta put in? I would say Prince Charming. I would say The Great Catch. I would say the jolly kid in which you try to stuff down your entire life. What if you can become him again? Now, this will be a little bit deeper, but imagine not needing 6 months of silence or planning out the worst case scenario to work up the nerve to say something real, honest, direct, or maybe uncomfortable. But you know it's a conversation you gotta have with the people that really matter to you, man. Your parents, your partner, the girl you want to ask out. Don't you want to tell them how much they mean to you? Don't you want to tell them how lucky you are to have them and that you can actually forgive whatever they do to you? Imagine the girl in which you've always wanted to enter your life. You can actually say something to her. That's you. Because you know any consequences that may come, bro, you know you can deal with it. You figure things out. I mean, hell, bro, whichever timeline you're on, it's okay. You still need to become the guy who figures everything out and know you can do anything you set your mind to, and see you break out of that mental prison you built for yourself. And no, nobody had to help you, bro. You walk out yourself. And when you do, ooh, it's a good feeling.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, look at this Shinto shrine. This is right next door from where I live.
You might say, this change is too much for you. I don't understand your pain. Really?
Like double chin and everything too.
Don't you want to look good, feel good, and know you're free from ever pretending to play that nice guy, to be somebody that you're not, to be a natural with everything that you are? Are you just gonna be another passive spectator, bro? Or become that guy who gets a little bit antsy or pissed off and tell yourself, why watch all these things from a screen, hearing about it, when I can really live it? Now, essentially, what do you get though? Like, let's say we do run it up together. You're not gonna get sugar-coated answers or coddling, and which just lets your old identity or old patterns of doing things just go on. I'll lay out everything to get you all the transformation in which you need or want. And the thing is, you know the transformation works, right?
The first thing that actually changes you a lot, bro, is seeing you lean down. I promise you that.
Yeah.
because it's not easy. And when you do something that's not easy, what do you feel about yourself? Oh, you're kind of capable, yeah?
And the crazy thing is, when the avoidance do come up, I'm not the person to withdraw. I promise you I will say things in which no one will tell you because they're scared to hurt your feeling.
It's hard to undo 10 weeks worth of wins like the one that you've experienced, bro. But again, on the flip side, it's very easy too. You look at how much effort you've been putting in, and then you start to question yourself. That's all it takes.
Okay, if anything, I'm gonna attack.
Tell me you still don't need to look good.
Oh no, that's not true.
And it's probably gonna be truth in which you're too scared to admit. And you feel as if you're so weak to not withstand these truths. No, you're strong.
I'm 38, you know? It's never too late. It's only late when you decide it's too late. And when you decide it's too late, you might as well dig your grave now. And
the avoidance patterns, the self-sabotaging tendencies, it will come. Sometimes I still catch it myself on bad days or days where I'm just tired. However, we deal with it in the same week.
Always before you quit, always before you spiral back down, you say this is too much for me to handle.
Let me read what you sent me, okay, bro? I want this call to be a wake-up call, a kick in the ass. Tell me, what are you frustrated about? You can take up space and talk to me. If you don't talk to me, nothing gets done.
You don't have to wait for like the next year or next few months to deal with it. If you let yourself go one day, and I'm not gonna call you out in the same week, bro, you might as well not get any results. And I'm not coaching from theory. No, bro. I built this entire system, protocols, and frameworks in which got me results because I needed it to exist for myself first.
Are you happy with your body results now?
yeah,
How the fuck did we get here? Do you enjoy the process as much?
not particularly.
Yeah, and then if you were to go back in time knowing that you get the same results as you do now, would you convince yourself just fucking go through the boring process?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all this shit is, bro. Except it's applied to a different aspect of your life right now.
You know, at all point in time, I walk the walk before I ever talk the talk. If I say something, you better bet I've done before. I tell you to do it. So, whichever side you happen to be on right now, number one, the younger version, 20-something-year-old, still hiding in your room.
Introvert, gamer, watching anime in my room, and I'm afraid to approach people. I really don't know what I'm doing with my body, like diet-wise and in the gym-wise. But I'm in a comfortable spot, you know?
Or maybe you're older.
38 years old.
However, life is stale. You're quietly stalling everything, and everything has just become mundane.
My life was kind of based on like running away from things, seeking pleasure, escapism, numbing, kind of like getting high, going on trips, traveling. I was settling, kind of complacent, waiting for things to come, hoping and wishing my life was different, and accepting how people like treated me.
The version of you that you know is there that will close this tab and tell yourself you deal with it once things settle. I know that sentence better than anyone. I said it for years too. But hear me out, bro. Before you close the tab, ask yourself, did it ever get easier to make a change when you say I'll do it later? No. It got more expensive. And of course, now you have more excuses to why you should make the change in the first place.
Years ago, I told myself that when I got older, things would sort themselves out. But no, I got older. Nothing really changed. But all my insecurities, all my problems, they kind of stacked over time. You see, it's not because you're not confident that you're not making any progress in life. It's because you're not making any progress in life that you're not confident. The best time to start, my friend, is now. The best time to change is also now. You don't have the luxury of waiting for a better time because you've been waiting all your life and you can see the fallacy in that.
You're just getting older and better at rationalizing why certain dreams that you have are not for you. I'll play devil's advocate now. Do you really want to wait longer? Don't lose time. Get older and then just become better at rationalizing. There exists a version 2 of you. However, he has everything which you have. He says the things that you want to say. He acts the way you want to act. He has the mindset, the confidence, and the body that you want. Well, what is he going to advise you to do in order to get closer to be him? Not because he's ready, excited, or have more time, but he decided that the timeline in which you are currently living in is not for him. He doesn't want to stay a loser and wake up 5, 10, 15 years from now asking, what if? I'm not asking you to trust my words or some system that I read about. I'm asking you to trust guys like the way.
And back then, that specific day where I signed up with you for the one-on-one, I didn't see myself actually clicking on that link to book a call. And as I was filling out the sheet with all the information, how I feel, who I am, I was actually crying because there was so much going on in my head. It was a lot of information. It was a feeling of, I need help, I'm stuck. And I was about to click it away because what the fuck am I doing? What am I doing, you know? I actually went for it and just send it.
Did it feel that way on the call as well? When we first had the call?
At first, a little bit, but then I got to know you a little more. And it's really good the way you introduce yourself and also the way of talking and really get to know each other. I think that really helped as well to get on a good level. I would say otherwise I might have panicked out if it was too pressured. I wanted to say as well, like, what really helped for me is you're putting this money, you're not giving it to someone, but you're investing it in yourself. What you put in is what you gift to yourself. That really helped me reframe spending money, because I was scared to do it because it could be a big amount for some people. For me, then I was like, it's for me. It's a gift. You know, I will learn so much from this, and I really do see how much I've grown physically, mentally, and it was worth it, definitely. And there's still much to come. So I'd say don't be afraid to put effort in yourself.
And guys like Jim and Marco,
You're basically standing right at the edge, right? You're looking down and you realize there's no going back. You go through with it. It really is one of those things that proves to yourself how much you're willing to change, how much you're willing to improve your life, how much that you understand that with this commitment, yes, in the short term, yeah, it's kind of like, oh boy, I just spent all this money. But at the same time, I think in the long run, you're going to be looking back on it and being like, yep, you know what? I did spend that money. And you know what? It was the best decision I ever made in my life.
When do you think in terms of time frame, when that idea of switching from, oh damn, I just lost something, to realizing, damn, I'm gonna gain so much?
Honestly, it was probably like within the first like week or two, because I just dove right into all the content you had, like dove right into it all. I consumed everything. I did all the stuff, the supplement for everything, and I was like, this is the information I've been looking for. This is what I've been wanting to do. This is it. This is what I've pretty much been looking for.
Yep.
And you know, I knew that we put in the work and the time and everything. I knew it was gonna turn out well.
Like, you provide more value than the cost of your program. But I think the main thing was like, the mindset. The physical transformation is one thing, but the mindset change is definitely worth it. Unearthing these skeletons and the discomfort and the things that I haven't been able to face or address.
like going back in time, you know you'd be here right now. Would you hesitate at all?
No, I wouldn't hesitate. It exceeded my expectation. It's definitely worth it. Investment-wise, I think if you're on the fence and you want to improve, you'll find a way to make it happen regardless of your financial situation. Like, I'm not ashamed to admit it. I only make $1,400 a month from this school job. Of course, there's some like money saved from in the past, but like that means examine your lifestyle, your habits, what you spend your money on, what corners can you cut. And if you really want something, you're gonna find a way to make it happen by any means necessary, depending on how bad you want it.
And so, I really want you to make that choice for yourself, bro. Do you really want to continue just being a passive consumer? Maybe just watch this video, forget about it, go watch a bunch of other videos on self-improvement, fitness, or whatever. Or you gotta do something about it, bro. Fill out the application down below. Let's talk more. What would you do if this call would actually change your life? I don't know. But there's only one way that you do know. And you're gonna ask what if?